Hello, everybody. I am going to share with you our Bible study choice for the 2018-2019 school year. Now, this will be done with all three of my children, ages 13, 11, and 6, which next school year they'll be 14, 7, and almost 12. So, we went with the Who Am I program from Apologia. We went with Volume 2 because we felt we had a pretty good foundation that we were able to move on from Volume 1. This is the audio CD, which is a great choice if you have a family who does not like to read aloud or you just want to pack it on the go. So the Who Am I series includes resources for all ages. So it includes the Who is God coloring book. You can see that. It includes notebooking journals for all ages. So this is the junior notebooking journal. So this is what you would use with your elementary age student. You can see it also has some coloring pages in it as well as word searches. Different areas where you can write out Bible verses, crossword puzzles, and all kinds of fun information for your elementary student. There's another coloring book. We went ahead and got a coloring book for each of the kids. This is the notebooking journal for the older kids. So this is going to pretty much be the same as the junior, just a little bit different, more age appropriate. So it has some mini books in it, as well as lots of different questions that they can answer, which are good for comprehension. And then we also have an additional notebooking journal since I have two kids that'll be doing that. And there is our third coloring book. So let's go ahead and take a look at the textbook. We have been looking for a Bible curriculum that can kind of dive in a little bit deeper into some of the areas as my girls get older, but that wouldn't completely be over Daniel's head. So let's take a look at lesson 2. So it looks like it is diving into Psalm 98:1. And asks questions about how tall you may be. Different other scriptures. God created all things for his enjoyment. Little stories to kind of help enhance the lesson. Is going on with the story. And let's go into the last page. There's some vocabulary words, Bible verses to remember, questions to ask yourself. And yeah, that is a peek into the Bible program we will be using in the 2018-2019 school year. It is Who Am I from Apologia. Hello. And now we're going to take a look at what I plan on using for the 2018-2019 school year with my 6th grader. She will be finishing up History of Horses from Beautiful Feet Books. She started this in January of her 5th grade year and did not finish it. So we will be starting the year with that. Then she will be moving on to Greek mythology. So she saw this at the homeschool convention and was really interested in it. So we will be taking a look through Greek mythology from Memoria Press. She has little flashcards to go with it. This is the teacher's guide, which just gives you answers to the questions in this, which is her student workbook. So we'll be starting out with Beautiful Feet books from History of Horses, and then we'll be moving on to Greek Myths from Memoria Press. And then I plan on rounding out the school year with a little bit of a study on Ohio history because we live in Ohio. So I plan on having her spend some time studying that. For math, she will be using Teaching Textbook 7, which I have discs of, but we could not find. So, yes, she will be doing that. And then for grammar, we will be using Essentials in Writing, Level 6. We have been using Essentials in Writing now for a couple years, and we really like it because it is independent. Pop it in, they watch the DVD, and then do the workbook, and they're done, just like with Teaching Textbooks. Super easy and independent, which is what this work-at-home mom needs. So then for science, I personally feel that 6th grade is the perfect year to study anatomy. So we will be doing Apologia Anatomy. And I did purchase the experiment kits from Rainbow Resource, I believe it was, at the Homeschool convention. So we will be doing that. Like I said, 6th grade is perfect for anatomy. She also picked out a dissection kit and will be dissecting a crawfish, a frog, and a worm, I believe it was. And she was pretty excited about that, which I think that pairs right along with anatomy. She is the one who wants to be a veterinarian of some sort. She's not 100% decided which area of veterinary science she will be pursuing, but I think anatomy will be the perfect place to kick off her 6th grade year. So that is a peek into our choices for 6th grade for the 2018-2019 school year. Next on our list of curriculum for our 2018-2019 school year, we will be taking a look at my son, Daniel. So he chose to go with Flying Creatures of the 5th Day. We have all of the Young Explorer series from Apologia, and this is where he decided to go. I have not grabbed a notebooking journal for him yet because, quite frankly, I think he may end up changing his mind. So we've not got one yet. He will also be sitting in with Kristen on a lot of her experiments with anatomy just because he worships the ground she walks on, and we'll be following along with her because that's just what he likes to do. So we did Flying Creatures of the 5th Day quite a few years ago. I believe it was kindergarten and 2nd grade with the girls who are now 6th and 8th grade. So I'm excited to dive back into that. So for history and geography, we will be studying Beautiful Feet books, the picture books. So I have here the guide, Around the World with Picture Books, and this guide is absolutely gorgeous. I am so excited to dive into this with him. We plan on taking it really slow. Daniel has ADHD and some other special needs, so we plan on going super duper slow with this, but I am pretty excited about it. So, and then I got this coloring book to go along with it. You can see that. And then this maps book is one of the books that is highly recommended for Beautiful Feet books around the world with picture books. A lot of the other books I plan on getting from the library. I did not purchase them, but you can see how big this book is. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I am super excited to do that. And then I also got this maps activity book that goes along with this maps book. I got lots of hands-on things just because Daniel likes to draw, he likes to color. So I grabbed what I could. We also have some Usborne books. We have the Usborne Large Atlas, and then we have some other books that we will add to that because, like I said, we plan on really taking that slow for him. So for language arts, I purchased these last year and we never quite got to them because He just wasn't ready. He is 7, he will be a new 7 when school starts. He has a July birthday. Right now he's 6. So we grabbed these little Christian Light Education packs for him. They're just small, simple to kind of get a grasp on basic grammar. For reading, we plan on using Nessie still, because Nessie was created for children with dyslexia, and we do believe Daniel has dyslexia, and he also has ADHD and some other special needs. So Nessie works out wonderful for him, and we print off the worksheets and really add to that. So for math, I purchased these last year. Did not know they were at the Canadian edition when I bought them. We made it about halfway through this, doing 2 pages a day. So we will be finishing the first grade level math from Christian Light Education as he goes into his official first grade year. With the girls, both girls, I used Christian Light Education math. We started off with Horizons, but then we switched to Christian Light Education when Allison was in 2nd grade, and we used it until our kids were ready for teaching textbooks, and we really, really like the math program. So that is what we plan on doing with Daniel as well. So that is a peek into our first grade choices for the 2018-2019 school year. Lastly, let's take a look at our choices for my 8th grader for the 2018-2019 school year. Allison absolutely loves Knotgrass history, so she will be finishing their last middle school program, which is Uncle Sam and You. Now, I will say, yes, I have 3 children, and all 3 children will be using a different history. It is not the best choice economically, but each of my kids learn differently, and there's such a huge age range between Daniel and the girls, and his attention span is so non-existent that I could not have them together in any way, shape, or form, all 3 of them. And my girls both learn very differently. They both have a different idea of what they think history should be. So they do not mesh well together for history. So Allison has really enjoyed the Knotgrass history, and we plan on continuing using it with her. And then Kristen, she will eventually have to use what we have, but for now, I'm just kind of letting her choose what she wants to do for history, since history is not her cup of tea. Sometimes it's just easiest to let them just pick your battles, and for us, history is not one that I want to pick. But Knotgrass history is beautiful. Their textbooks are absolutely gorgeous. They also have literature recommendations, and we normally get those from our library. And she is really excited to study government. We have not dived into government yet with her, and that is what we will be using for our 2018-2019 school year for my 8th grader for history. For grammar, again, we plan on using Essentials in Writing. So this is a DVD program like I mentioned with my middle for 6th grade. Same basic concept. Pop in the DVD, they go through it, and that's it. For math, she will be using teaching textbooks, algebra. We will be using the online program. I did not purchase the discs. They now have an online program for teaching textbooks, and she will be using that for algebra, for math. For science, one thing that all 3 kids agree on is Apologia. Allison will be moving on to Exploring Creation with physical science. We did purchase the science kit for this from Rainbow Resource while we were at the Homeschool Convention. Physical science, we are hoping goes really well. She is not my science lover, so we're a little concerned of how this is going to go, but we grabbed the multimedia companion CD for this, and it can read it to you. It has videos that illustrate important concepts in the course, animations of sample problems and pronunciations of the words which the student is unfamiliar. I'm hoping that this adds to the science for her and helps it make a little bit more interesting for her and a little bit easier for her to understand. So that is why we grabbed that. Then we also have the tests for physical science. We got the notebooking journal for physical science as well. This looks to me like it's set up very much like the elementary books, the elementary notebooking journals, but it is just a little more advanced, of course. You don't have the pictures, the fun pictures, or things like that because it is getting more serious as they get older. And then I did forget to show this. Non-Crest History has these small literature books. They're not really literature, they're more letters and documents from history, and each of their courses includes this. And that goes along with the Non-Crest History as well. So that is a peek at what we plan on using for our 2018-2019 school year for my 8th grader. In addition to what I have here for all 3 kids, we will also be adding supplements from Schoolhouse Teachers. I let each of the girls pick a course from Schoolhouse Teachers that they can study throughout the school year. Kristen normally chooses art. Allison has chosen a cooking class, and I'm also wanting to get her into the graphic design class so she can help me out some with my blog. So Schoolhouse Teachers is a nice way to supplement some of those courses. But that is a peek of what we plan on using for our 2018-2019 school year with a 1st grader, a 6th grader, and an 8th grader. Yes, I'm almost there in high school. Don't know what to think about that.